Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Foreclosure Help 777, where we talk about everything foreclosure related. Today's video, we're going to give an update on people's cases and see where everyone's at. First, let's talk about our friend from Pennsylvania, Kirsch, and talk about his situation. As you know, Christian fired his attorney and proceeded pro se, and he filed a amended answer and counterclaims. So let's take a look at the order was just signed by the judge. As you can see, it was signed on the 23rd of June by the judge, and it was stamped and entered on the 23rd as well. So the judge saw this and just signed it without any hesitation whatsoever. So the motion that he did to it, this is the proposed order that he submitted, that the judge signed. But his motion to amend, answer, and new matter after firing his attorneys was good. It was plausible and it had merit. And so when you do these things correctly, they usually get signed by the judge. So this is good news for him. The judge just signed it right away. And so now the other side has to file an answer to his counterclaims within 20 days. The other thing that Christian's doing is he's sending a letter to PHH Mortgage Corporation, a QWR letter from hell is what we call this. And so he sent this out to him. Let's see what this looks like. This letter is a qualified written request under RESPA, as we know, and Regulation X. You have to cite this in your first paragraph if you're sending them a QWR letter so that they understand that this is exactly what this says it is, and they have to answer it. And anyway, these are the alleged errors requiring correction: lack of standing and ownership of the note. Please confirm and provide proof that PHH Mortgage Corporation or the entity you are servicing for is the lawful holder in due course of the original wet ink promissory note or a valid authorized agent thereof. Please provide a complete copy of the original promissory note, front and back, with all endorsements and allonges, documentation of the chain of assignments and endorsements from the original lender to the current alleged note holder, a statement identifying whether PHH possesses the original note or where it is held, invalid assignment and trustee issues. The loan is allegedly assigned to Deutsche Bank National Trust Company as trustee for Soundview Home Loan Trust 2006 OPT1. However, public SEC filings show the trust ceased operations in 2007 from filing a Form 15D. The mortgage was not assigned until 2011, 4 years after the trust ceased operating, and Sand Canyon Corporation, the alleged assigner in 2011, had no assets or authority to transfer anything, as evidenced by declarations from its own officers. Please provide a copy of the recorded assignment of mortgage to Deutsche Bank, legal authority or trust documentation that shows Soundview Home Loan Trust 2006 OPT1 was legally permitted to accept mortgage assets in 2011, a copy of any trustee agreement granting Deutsche Bank authority to act, evidence of Sand Canyon's authority to assign the mortgage in 2011, failure to provide required notices. I did not receive an Act 91 notice prior to this foreclosure. I request a copy of the alleged Act 91 pre-foreclosure notice with proof of mailing and delivery. Loan modification validity, April 15, 2014. Please provide a copy of the full loan modification agreement, evidence of consideration, acceptance, and prior execution by all parties, proof that I was properly advised of my rights under this agreement. Servicing information requested under 12 CFR. I request the following servicing documents and information: complete payment history from origination to present, including dates and amounts of payments made, application of each payment, principal, interest, escrow fees, any late charges, suspense accounts, or forced place insurance, escrow account history and analysis, itemized account records from inception to present, annual escrow analysis reports, evidence of taxes, insurance, or other disbursements made, servicing transfer history, dates and entities that previously serviced this loan, copies of all hello, goodbye letters or servicing transfer notices, corporate advance and fees, a breakdown of any fees, advances, inspections, legal costs, or property preservation charges assessed. Communications and records, all servicing notes, call logs, and communications between PHH and myself, copies of any written communications of records from 2014 to present. Request for immediate suspension of collection and foreclosure activity. Pursuant to RESPA and Regulation X, I request that all foreclosure proceedings and collections actively be suspended until PHH responds to this QWR. Any incomplete or inaccurate or unverifiable information be corrected, and I be notified in writing. This QWR be entered into your records, and that no negative credit reporting occur regarding this account while it is under dispute. Please acknowledge receipt of this QWR in writing and within 5 business days, and provide a full response and resolution within 30 business days pursuant to 12 U.S.C. 2605E and 12 CFR 1024-36D. Failure to respond in good faith may result in legal action and may support claims under RESPA, FCEUA, and FDCPA. Okay, so that's your typical QWR letter that he sent to PHH, just to apply more pressure on them. And it's a pretty good idea to do that. Okay, the next case we're going to look at is Marlon Lewis's case. As you know, he's been fighting his case in Texas for some time now. They filed an eviction while he already had a federal case going on in court. This is his eviction case number 424CV. Well, no, that's not eviction. That's his main case number in federal court is 424CV02727. And if you click on that, it'll take you to his quiet title action that he filed. Let's take a look at it real quick. Okay, let's go, come on. All right, and you can see here, this is his case in the docket in Pacer. July 23rd, 24 was when it was removed from state to federal court. And then he filed his leave to file an amended complaint July of 2024. They filed an answer. They really shouldn't have been able to file a motion to dismiss later on because they filed an answer. So his case is still pending. The last thing that was filed was April the 28th, as you can see right here. And he filed a judicial notice telling the court that it was improper for them to even file a motion to dismiss. So there's that. And then his eviction case, the other one, which if you go all the way to the top, it'll say related cases, 425CV01490. Let's look at that one. That's the case he removed to the federal court from eviction court because they would have taken his house if he wouldn't have done that. So this was his way of saving his house. So he removed it to federal court, Marlon did, on 4/1/25. He removed it, and it's been there ever since. They filed a motion to remand it back, but it was denied. And then check this out. He went to a hearing June the 20th, scheduling order. You see that? Let's take a look at this. This is interesting. Okay, this was entered on June the 20th, scheduling order. This means it's not getting remanded back, guys. So the deadline to amend pleadings is July 21st, 2025. Deadlines to add new parties, same thing, July 21st. September 30th, 2025. Identification of plaintiff experts and reports. And basically, this is going on to trial. October 31st, 2025. Identification of defendants' experts and production of experts' reports. And then basically, if you go down here, discovery, let's see here. There is no limits on discovery. Completion of discovery by the end of this year. And then if you look at through all of this, you'll see that the trial is going to be a bench trial, and this will be in June or July of 2026, which is a year from now. So that's really good news for Marlon. He'll be in his house a while now. They won't just get rid of him that easily. So anyway, I thought you guys would like to see that. That was interesting. Anyway, this was an update on some people's cases, and I hope you guys enjoy my videos. Thank you for subscribing. And if you have a question, you can send me an email. My email address is just like this says here, foreclosurehelp777@gmail.com. I hope everyone has a blessed day.